Hello, my YouTube subscribers. This is me, Samantha. Normally, I'll come on my YouTube channel and I be bright and bubbly and I get into the subject because I would state that I have no subscribers. But today, I want to come to you on a serious note. I want to come to you about discrimination. I want to come to you about retaliation and other things that companies across America can do. And I'm going to name one company. And I advise you guys, if you working for them or you're planning on working for them, I've had a few of my Facebook friends, say they're looking for a job and they went to this company site. And I gave my story. I provided my story to prevent somebody else from going through what I experienced all the way up until today. When you get, as you, if you're looking for a job, a new job, I think at some point in life, people come on jobs, not just to find an income, but a peace and a serenity. A job should be balanced out with what you're doing and how you're doing and everything. And, I strongly believe that. Well, after working so many years, I think about 5 or 6 years as temp, I worked that area. I did so much, mostly in legal and recruitment, that I felt that, me getting a little older and me, being a type 2 diabetic, that I would go ahead and try to find a job where I can get benefits and a place where I can, be part of a company, longevity, things like that. Well, I applied for this position at TrueBlue, and I was a recruiter for the American Red Cross. And my job was to recruit for Red Cross sites, short term, the phlebotomists. It was either through a fixed site, which is a building, or mobile, which you see that little bus that, they have that little red bus, the American Red Cross, to get blood. And it was for entry-level phlebotomists, people who wanted to change jobs. It was also for those who had experience. And I took pride in my job. I was excited about it. Even though I saw the reviews on Indeed, there was 3. I felt like, they were employees. They were just, maybe it was like 1 out of a 1,000 that these employees would be, they would be this bad. I didn't think that it would be messed up. So anyway, I applied for the job and I was able to work at home, and the pay was pretty nice. I was able to work from home, and that way I didn't have to commute or do all of that. And that was the only benefit. That was one of the benefits of it. And then I got my computer and I started training, and I immediately started having problems with my computer. And I started letting, people in the company know. One thing, let me go back. I always feel that I know that you're not supposed to disclose your disability. I feel like I do. I feel like I do. And I do because, for one, I don't want anybody to say, well, you taking a lot of days off to go to the doctor or anything. No, I let you know up front, I'm a diabetic. Every 3 months, I have to go to the doctor to do my follow-ups. I may have to go because I'm a little older. I'm becoming a certain type of diabetic that I have to go to procedures and everything. So I try to let my employer know ahead of time. And then I also let them know how long I'm going to be gone. Well, the position was supposed to be part-time. It ended up full-time. So then, I'm going to be honest, it went from bad to worse after January. I wouldn't wish this job on nobody. It went from bad to worse. And the sad part about it is that they get up and have these, I guess, hoorah meetings, group meetings with other people, and then turn around And when they get you off of the group things into little section events, that's when the humiliation starts. That's when the discrimination starts. That's when things go into overdrive. And I had only been there for 4 months. I've been there for 4 months, and I, you know, I've been there for 4 months, and it's like, when you come to work at 8 o'clock, I used to get there at 7 something. I used to go upstairs and get ready at 7. I say about 7:50. That'd give me 10 minutes to wind down, get my system started, have my coffee or whatever tea I'm gonna drink, and get ready for things that I can go ahead and do to mellow out. Well, I couldn't do that. I would get on at 8 o'clock, and 8:05, I gotta hear somebody berating me, telling me what I'm not qualified and all of this. And then I gotta go interview somebody else. And it went bad real quick. Within I think the 3rd month there, I had decided, you know what, I didn't sign up for things. You got people my age, older, acting like children, don't know how to talk to adults. It just went wild. Peoplescout. Did I mention that's the company? It was TRUEBLUE Peoplescout. So I filed a complaint with them because I got wrote up. Wait a minute. Let me go back. I didn't get write up. I got a write up because. Not because, it was because I had a problem with my computer, as I stated, went on for months. I finally went and got it, found out what it was. They told me what I need to do. My supervisor got mad because I told her what the IT department said. And when I wouldn't let her do it, it ended up becoming disrespectful. She couldn't respect the fact that I had to go somewhere else and find my computer. She had to berate me. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know about you guys. I know people need jobs and stuff, and I know things are hard, especially during the pandemic. But now I don't let people talk to me like I'm a dog. Because if they do that on the job, if you let a job talk to you like that, it's gonna get worse. Now you don't talk to me like I'm a child. I'm a grown person. I have responsibilities. This is something I needed to do. So she couldn't write me up because she said I was disrespectful. Disrespectful and insubordinate is two different things. She wrote me up for leaving a job to go get my computer fixed. Then when I filed a complaint on that, she tried to come back and talk to it. It got worse. Well, this is the part where I'm just going to break it down. I end up filing a complaint with EEOC, and some of y'all already know about it from previous email, from previous videos. I end up going to EEOC, and all of a sudden, one day after I had this team meeting, I got kicked out of the system. Just like that, kicked out. I got kicked out, and when I started going back to find out, I found out that I was terminated. If you can't get back in the system, and ain't nobody trying to help you get back in the system, and they telling you to go to HR, they telling you to go to IT, and they telling you to go to IT, and IT can't talk to you because you're deactivated. That's terminated. I don't know where this Peoplescout get that idea there, but it's terminated. So anyway, I ended up after I went through them. They tried to offer me money to leave, like little, not even a good month's salary. Then they tried to put me on leave, and then they end up saying I had my job. I never quit. They never quit. But with EEOC after I filed, they kept saying I was a bad employee. I had poor attendance. Oh, I had several write-ups, things I didn't know. So make a long story short, I've been unofficially employed with them for 8 months. So we with EEOC, and I wouldn't even recommend them either. And I'll go into another video about that. Anyway, so I ended up asking for my job. I'm not finna be unemployed all the time. I'm going through depression. My credit is being messed up. Find myself crying for no reason. And you say, well, why are you crying about the job? Just go find you another job. Well, I did. But when you're when Peoplescout start, or True Blue, I'm gonna say True Blue, start telling people, oh, she still works here, she's on leave, that presents a red flag that something is wrong, that another company don't want to take if you on leave, because they don't know what leave it is. It could be workman's comp, it could be medical, some kind of serious medical leave, it could be anything. But when a company tells you that, hey, I'm on leave, you on leave, and they're not going to hire you. They're not going to hire you. No, that is no ifs, ands. They're not going to hire you. So sitting here, I can't get a job. I'm going through hell trying to, ask for my job back. Now, here's a question. Now, by law, an employer is supposed to hold your information on file for a year. That's even if you quit. They got to hold it for a year. Now, the misspelling of my name was with Red Cross, not with Peoplescout or True Blue. So why did I get kicked out of the whole system? Then you come back and say, oh, well, we'll give you an I-9. We'll give you got it when you submit your I-9, we'll take it, but we'll put you on the roster. That means that they're benching. Well, they call it benching or whatever it is. But now that means that you're on some kind of list until they find you a job. Now, what are the odds of me getting another job with this company and I just filed a complaint? Then it's going to look kind of favorable to them that, oh, they let her come back. She didn't have to file a lawsuit to get her job back. They let her come back. I would have been employed only on paper. You have to, the reason why I'm saying is because you got to know how to play the game. You got to know the game to identify. So yeah, okay. So now at this point, so what I did was I constructively resigned. It was getting stressful. It was getting to the point where it didn't even make any sense. And the lies that they kept telling, these are the lies. One said that, well, the first one, they didn't give no. For 7 months, I didn't know why I was out of the system. All I knew is that they've been trying to, after April, they've been trying to get me to submit my I-9. Well, I submitted it in December. So either these things occurred and they're not telling anybody. One is that they terminated me, which means that when they terminate you, your personal information go into archives. They can see the email, see the date and time, but the other stuff now, because you're no longer an active employee. Two is that their system was compromised. If it was compromised, then they failed to alert, the Federal Trade Commission or the Consumer Report, or even the employees. Hey, our system was hacked. You might want. We're going to offer you credit monitoring. But I talked to somebody that said, "Oh no, I already have it. It doesn't matter. They still give they still have to give you their credit monitoring services because that's your personal information." 3, they said that the Homeland Security or something, they was investigating me, and they were reinvestigating me because something showed up. Well, I'm going to show you how you can fix that. Go on Homeland Security. It's a software that they have in the system called My E-Verify. You can verify your own employment with it, that thing. You can provide information there. It'll show if you red flag. It will show that documents that you had presented in the past wasn't different. Only thing I submitted was my in with any job is my social and my driver's license. Okay, now if you don't have that star on there, it's not a real driver's license. But the point is that right now that's the real driver's license, and you have until 2025 to go get a real driver's license. So anyway, so that's the only thing those are three things that I was thinking. Or like I said, or again, they lost my information. So what I did was, because at this point they steady asking me for my I-9, they steady asking me. I've been there for, I supposed to be employed. That when you leave a job and come back, like on leave, they're not supposed to ask you for your I-9. The only thing they're supposed to ask you for is a doctor's statement. They didn't care where I went. They just wanted, the only thing they cared about was my I-9. So I knew something was wrong. So I filed a complaint with Homeland Security. I turned around. I filed a complaint. I filed a police report. I also put a note on my credit bureau that this company has lost my personal information and therefore I could be hacked. So, but they was, all during this 8 months, they've been, really 2 months, they've been given EEOC every excuse in the world. They've been saying all this stuff that, we want her back and stuff. And you get to thinking, I've been gone for 8 months. What job will hold you? What job will hold you there unless you apply for leave for 8 months? EEOC could not see that. What job would sit there and ask you for your I-9? Come on now. If you work for a federal agency, you should know these things. You should know that it's not, and then they got access. EEOC has access to every federal thing on. But they was, oh my goodness, it was like, well, they said, look, what did one of the guys say? Well, they said you hired, you never left. You should have fought for your job. This is where toxic, and I'm saying this to everybody, this is where constructive termination come into play. All this stuff that I'm talking about, making it hard for you to go back to work, making it miserable while you at work, and then doing things after that. Long as I was with EEOC, they had a ball. They emailed, if they didn't want to answer, they didn't answer. They didn't have to answer on time. EEOC big. EEOC is a procedure, not a judiciary. Supreme Court already established that and said that a lot of times you don't have to go. They encourage you to go through the procedure, but you don't have to go. So I'm going through all this stuff. I'm going through all this stuff and the lies and everything. So this morning I went ahead and I had already, for the record, EEOC had already given me a right to sue letter. So I went ahead and filed in federal court. I immediately did that. Then they came back and said, oh, wait, whoa. Because I said, you know what? I said, it's two people I'm going to sue, EEOC and TRUEBLUE. EEOC said, wait a minute. And then, no, wait a minute. We're going to reopen your case so that you can go ahead and we're going to reinvestigate it. We're going to do it with fresh new eyes. I like doing it. Fresh new eyes. I feel good today. I do. Normally I wake up depressed. I'm an early bird. I wake up just so messed up, mind messed up. I'm thinking about my credit. I'm thinking about money, Christmas coming up, my birthday coming up. And today what I did, I felt like $1 million. I wish I can cash myself in. But anyway, I they didn't go through the merit board. The director opened it up, the acting director. So that's when I'm going along with the program. But see, this is where they didn't mess up. They messed up it. They open it up and then tell the employer that, look here, we made a mistake. Something is not right. You know, we got to open this up. We're going to have to redo this all over again. Now, if they had did that, EEOC would have been the least thing on my mind. I would have focused on Peoplescout, because Peoplescout is the one that was that was making up all these lies. But anyway, when I Peoplescout, EEOC never told Peoplescout. So Peoplescout in their mind thinking, well, you know what, she really don't have a case, but they just they trying to get her some money and stuff. Okay, all righty, okay. And it was and it got to the point Peoplescout, True Blue, started bragging about it. I said, you know what? I said, if I'm gonna lose my mind, I'm not gonna lose my mind by letting EEOC handle this the wrong way, and then, you know, give me some kind of bogus right to sue letter only to make it look like, oh, we did our job and stuff. That it's called appearance. So what I did was I said, okay, I got fired at no fault of my own. Regardless of what they say or what they did, it's been 8 months and it's at no fault of my own. Okay, I tried to go back. They coming up with all these stipulations and all of this. So I went to federal court today and I asked for my back pay. Okay, you know, this all of this is at no fault of my own. But the point I'm trying to tell you is that, is this what you would want to go through in looking for a company? Is this the type of drama that you would want just to go make a paycheck? Harassment, talking to you like a dog, acting like, you know what, you can't really, you know, being threatened if you try to fix your job, talking to you like you're a child, treating, especially if you older or you're disabled. Is this, look at what I'm going through. Is this something you would really want to go through with a company? I hope not. Now, if you into drama, you into stuff like this, I encourage you, go apply. I guarantee you, they are drama all the way around. And it shows. It shows that this company is dramatic, because look at it. In June, or what? No, it wasn't even June. Right after they fired me. I like to say, if I don't want to say I left, but I got kicked out, because if I had left, then it would be a termination. And then, you know, my thing is, why would you hold somebody's job? You know, if you're going to be in human resource and somebody's not coming back to work, and like you said, I would have did a no-show and a termination. But I was able to get unemployment. I was able to get, based on what they're doing. But, you know, my thing is that it shows. Look at the former CEO. He left not because he embezzled money. You can say if he embezzled money, you can say, well, okay, I understand pandemic. But he was having affairs up in there. So what makes you think that this company care about you when they look at it, when their own president is doing the same thing? Worse. Then it's just, like I said, that's a job. You know, I encourage you, read their ratings. It's awful. If you know, and then the benefits that they tell you that they had, oh, they told me, oh, they got medical benefits. That's one thing I was so happy about. You know, I got insurance coverage. I don't have to go nowhere now and try to figure stuff out. You know, because I did that when I was 10. I got insurance benefits. They don't even have it. You know what they got? They got preventive care. That is so, for a diabetic, that is so I mean, how do you get preventive care? I'm a diabetic. It didn't even apply to me. I couldn't even get insurance because they got preventive care. Only thing I could get was dental, vision, short and long-term disability. That's all I could get. So I'm still back in the hole. But this time I'm in a catch-22 because I made too much where I couldn't go to a clinic, a feed. If I went to a feed thing, it would still been higher. It was like, it was just too much. It was just really too much. It was just too much. And one thing I'm going to tell you is that, depression is, everybody say that, it's in the mindset. Depression is real. It's real. And people are going through stuff, especially during the pandemic. And, it's hard when somebody is, picking on you on a job. And especially when they're doing it remotely. I'm gonna tell you my final comments. I want to hear what you got to say about your job. Tell me about your job. But again, I encourage you, do not go work for this company. True Blue Peoplescout, People Ready. People Ready already got sued for $125,000 for discriminating a woman. This was in February. Said that she had to go get mental health and call her loony bin. So this tells you what kind of company this is. I encourage you, do not work for this company. If you do, you already know. You've been warned.